Hi guys, my name is Jamie Thompson and we're on week 2. And I just have to say, week 1 was absolutely amazing. Every coach that shared their ideas, I was taking so much from. And it also makes me go back and, look at myself and the things that I still need to continue to work on, as a leader as well. So I think that's my big thing that I want to share with all of you this week is just to remember that nobody is perfect and we are always learning as we become leaders. You're going to do things and you're going to figure out that that didn't quite work and you try something new, and that's just the way it is. So don't let the fear of thinking that you aren't going to do something right keep you from, jumping in and trying something to help your team in a way. I've had some major flops, and I learn from all of those major fails, and that's what you need to do. So what I'm going to share with you guys today are some of my top leadership tips that I have for you, and hopefully there are some things that you can take away from this week as myself and my leaders of my team are going to share with you as well. You've been given lots of awesome tasks, to your call to actions, and we hope to continue to give you some things to continue to keep trying to do, to just continue to learn and to help your team, be successful and build. So let's start with first. Just remember, guys, that, leadership is, leading others while continuing to also lead yourself. So we all know the coaches who kind of take that leap and jump in with both feet are kind of the coaches that continue to build. They don't wait around for someone to really tell them what exactly to do. They took that step. Not all, but most do. So as you are bringing in coaches and you're bringing on coaches who tell you they want to really build and they want to work, give them everything you can possibly give them to just go, and say, don't wait for me. There's so many tools, so many places that you can go, help them to take that initiative. So step 1 is do the research and take initiative. Don't let fear keep you from doing things. So just as yourself, as a leader, you want to make sure that you are not letting fear hold you back from also learning how to do things. I feel like I was a pretty big self-taught, coach from the beginning. I didn't really rely a lot on my coach to really tell me what to do. I went and found it. So sometimes I have to remind myself that not all coaches are like me. So sometimes we have to remember we do need to give a little extra to some of our coaches that are, stepping into that leadership role, that they may not be exactly the way that we are, and we have to adjust. So you just have to kind of remember those things, and being a leader is not easy. You're going to mess up. You're not always going to know what exactly is the right thing, or if you're doing the right thing, but it's okay. As long as you are continuing to keep that positive vibe going on in your team, that's a good thing. So number 1 was do the research and take initiative. All right, step 2, or my tip 2, I should say, always reevaluate yourself. I'm always evaluating myself on things that I did. And like I said, leaders are not perfect. I fail on the daily. I am not strong with time management. I am not strong with being organized. So I have to learn ways that I can help my coaches with that, because I need help with that. So, setting up your work hours and really helping your coaches to work on that time management. So a little thing that I did that I've tried a couple times, but this time it's been really big and it's really, really helping as, my team is starting to grow even more leaders. I think that this is really going to be beneficial. So I have started the 5 a.m.ers. And we all know that most successful people get up early and they start their day early and they do the things in kind of a routine fashion that helps them to really start their day off on the right foot. And this 5 a.m. group is basically set around the Miracle Morning, or things that we have learned from Impressions by Coit Cooper, and just putting those things to action and just showing my team that I'm dedicated to this business. Even where I am in my business, it's still I'm still pushing, and I'm still working on me and being better and showing up daily to do the things I need to do to move forward, to make my goals a reality for not just myself, but, for my family. And, I'm showing them. So when I first hear that alarm go off at 4:45 a.m., yeah, I want to hit the snooze button. But then I have to remember, number one, I want to retire my husband. So I'm going to get my butt out of bed. And two, I have this group of coaches that are all waiting in this 5 a.m. group, and they're watching and they want to see that you're showing up too. So it's like my accountability to me and my business to show up for not just myself, but also for them, to show them that, that it is crucial. It's a crucial part. So, they're in there and they're posting the things that they're getting done. They're following their savers. They're doing their power hours. They're doing their inviting. They're getting their personal development in early. Some are getting their workouts in early now. They used to not do that. They used to wait till the end of the day. Some were just like not doing the things they need to be doing in the day at all, and then realizing I've got to change. If I want things to change my business, I have to change. So I've really been trying to really work on ways to help them get into a routine of doing things early, in the day. Another thing that I do for sure too is I would say, if I went to my page and, I was checking out myself as a coach, would I like my page? Would I like that? Would I follow me? So sometimes you have to go back and evaluate yourself too, and the kind of posts you're doing, and say, is this really what I'm following? Am I sticking to my brand? Am I going to be, attracting the kind of people that I really want on my team? And you have to do those things as a leader. You have to be looking at ways that you can always be improving yourself. And then you have to show your coaches that you're doing those kinds of things too. All right. So next is always have support and always be encouraging to your team. And, as a leader, you have to just know that is part of your job. You have signed on coaches to your team. You are now their leader. So you are that person that you're going to have to always let them know you are there. And this is really hard for me sometimes. I think, they've hit diamond, so they've got it all together. That's where some more that happened in my mind. I don't know. But then I remember, even my 5-star diamond coach still means their coach. My diamond coaches, if I think back to when I hit diamond, I still was extremely clueless. So I have to remember those things, that I have to go back and really remember that I was struggling then. Even as a new diamond, I was still struggling. I was still not sure. I really didn't have that belief system in myself then by any means, not even close when I became a diamond. So just remembering those things, and you got to kind of take a step back and look at, oh yeah, I need to go at this a little bit different, or I need to say things a little bit differently. So sometimes I have to, go back and really reopen those lines of communication for them and let them know, I am here. I know you've hit this goal, but I am here still. I did not go away because you hit this goal. I still want to keep those lines of communication open. And I don't want them to ever feel that I am too busy for them. I am right there in the trenches with them. I am with my coaches, and sometimes, they might feel that you are too busy, but you just have to remind them, I signed you. You became a coach on my team. I am here always for you. So things that, we've been doing as a team, is, recognition is a big part of this, but, recognizing all those little things and just keeping things positive and fun. I mean, like you heard last week, all the ways that you can do things. A thing that we do is our Shout It Out Saturdays. So, I'll do a little post on there, and that's for everybody, on my entire team page can go in, and we do shout outs, things. Maybe somebody got their first paycheck. Maybe somebody sold their first challenge pack. They can share success of challengers that they've had in their groups. Maybe they stepped out of their comfort zone and shared some big, scary post. And, whatever it is, we say all those, even those little things, and it is true. And sometimes, we forget about that. We always think of all the awesome things, but then we forget about those little things is where it started. So we have to remember to, celebrate those little things as well. So Shout It Out Saturdays are fun. My team has, definitely plugged into those kind of things. All right. Always know as a leader too, you are sharing everything you learn. And for me, that is my personal development, and how much flipping that switch and making sure I'm doing personal development, how much it changed my business. So I am huge on personal development. That has to be happening in their business. So when I start seeing, a coach kind of maybe fallen off a little bit, or maybe I notice they're not being quite as consistent with their posts, or, they just kind of seem, just kind of not in, I will message them. That's usually the first thing I ask. What are you reading for personal development? Because something is always missing, and that usually is the thing missing. So you just have to be very open with your coaches about how important that piece is of our 4 vital behaviors. It's number 1 in my book, and it's the easiest one to push to the side, but it's the most important, because if things aren't right up here, then things are not going to be right in their business, and they have to get it right up here. So mindset is everything. Belief system is everything. And you have to be that example. I read this somewhere, that leadership is a sprint and not a marathon. How true is that? It's ongoing. So, you're always working on you and being that leader and teaching the positivity and showing that the negativity needs to stay out, because that can just be totally toxic to a team. You have to show them to be fearless and to always continue to lead with your hearts. That's crucial. Keep things simple. You want to be able to keep things simple so that they can duplicate it very easy. So for me, when I started, really looking at my onboarding system, and it was all over the place. And I'm just like, what do I need to do? And I looked at a couple different things. I had on my list forever, all these things I wanted to do, and just kept pushing it off. And I finally had the push from one of my top coaches, and she did it. And I'm like, hello, I need to do this. So I made a short welcome video, but I crammed in as much as I possibly could, so that our new coaches, when they're signed, they get this video. I think it's a little over 30 minutes, and they get their information with that video in their welcome email. And I keep all that information in my team page in the file, so they should know that's the system, that they need to follow as they sign new coaches. Because we all know that coaches will tell you one of the things that they are scared is they don't know what to do once they sign a coach. So we have to make things, as easy as we can for them. So creating a system for, everything is going to be easiest. But that was one thing that I took the time to really make myself, sit down and do, and create that video so that they could watch that video and they know exactly what they need to do. And then you can move on to the steps of really diving into them. And you're not spending your time, talking about all those little things because they've taken that time to do that on their own. So that was a huge, huge change in my business too. All right. Lead by example is the next tip. You have to be showing your coaches that you're truly dedicated to your business. So you are hitting Success Club every month. You are posting consistently with adding value to your audience every single day, even when life is crazy. You have to show up. You have to show up. You have to attend live events. They have to see that you are going and doing these things, because if they don't see that you're doing these things, they're not going to. And we have to remind our up and coming leaders of how important those types of things are. You have to be signing on new coaches. You have to be always running new challenge groups. And you have to be dedicated to following your 4 vital behaviors. That's just a must. Because like everybody has heard, the speed of a leader is the speed of the pack. They're going to follow you. They're going to do what you are doing. So if you want them to work on becoming 2-star, then you need to be pushing for 2-star and make that happen. If you want to be hitting this goal or this goal, whatever it is, you've got to be doing those things first before you can ask your coaches to do those things. So like I said, just continue to be fearless and lead with your heart. And I always say, when we put out good things and we're helping people, that comes back to you. You are repaid for those things. Last thing I have is your call to action. And I will also type these in so you guys can see them too. Just 2 things I want you to really look at. And like I said, you as a leader, you have to be constantly reevaluating yourself. So I want you to take some time and really reevaluate yourself by listing, what do you think is the strongest quality you have as a leader? And what do you think is something you really need to work on as a leader? Once you kind of pinpointed those 2 things, you can really, push with that thing that you're strong with, but then the things that you really need to be working on. And personal development is going to help you with that thing that you really struggle with. So if it's time management or if it's, being consistent with posts, whatever it is that you really struggle with, then you need to find something that you can be doing for personal development to help you improve on that. Then I want you to reach out to your potential diamonds, up and coming leaders, and ask them what is their biggest fear of becoming a leader of a team. What is that thing that scares them of the thought of having to lead a team? And I think that if you know those things, then that's going to help you as a leader to know the things that you need to be working on and teaching on your team. All right, guys, thank you so much for hopping on here and checking this out. And we're super excited, for week 2. And, let us know any questions you guys have. You guys were awesome for week 1. I'm so happy to be here and really excited for my coaches to get the opportunity to share with you guys this week as well. So thanks so much, guys. And I will talk to you all soon.